From the Blackbird Studios in sunny North Cambridge, it's the Rave X 10-minute podcast. And now, Rave X.
What the fuck is going on? It's your boy Rave back again. How the hell you doing? T-Money, thank you. It's been a long time. How's everyone doing? My name's Rave X. This is the Rave X 10-minute podcast. Thanks for tuning in. So we took a little vacation because we were writing some new material. It's an exclusive song on the Podbean website. The song is called To Die a Coward. It's on Podbean, so go to ravexmusic.podbean.com and you can download that song exclusively for you for free. Para nada, because I love you all. And, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about getting to 500 hits on YouTube on the Rave X 10-minute podcast, the money-making, record-breaking 10-minute podcast. And I'm happy to share with you kids, we are well over 500. We got like 520-something. I don't know what it is. Now, 500 isn't 5,000, man, but we're getting there for a tiny little podcast made from the Blackbird Studios from a bunch of patchwork fucking recording stuff that your boy found in a trash can. So sometimes we like to have fun on the Rave X podcast, and other times we like to get serious. This is going to be one of these serious ones, man, because I got something that just pisses me the fuck off, and I see it more and more, and I hear about it more and more, and that's people who get things like cars, houses, condos, jobs, and they act like they got these things from hard work. They rolled up their sleeves and they got a condo on the beachfront in Tampa, Florida. Or they got a nice Mercedes-Benz. But when you really dig into it, man, you find out that these people didn't work for the car. They didn't work for the house. They didn't work for the fucking condo. Now, most of the time it's women. Now, this isn't a continuation of the first podcast where I just shit all over women for 20 minutes because I'm done with that, man. It's JV. What we're going to do now, we're going to talk about facts. We're going to talk about truth, okay? And we're going to talk about people who are completely fucking delusional, man. Delusional people with zero integrity. And what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about the woman who gets a little older, and she decides, you know what, I don't want to have roommates anymore. So they go out, and you know who they find? Say it with me, kids, because I've said it a million times. A schlubby, non-threatening white guy with money. And next thing you know, they get a condo over there on the beach, right? Now, here are the things that you know is fucking bullshit. One, when it happens real fast. When it happens real fast. Friday, they meet the guy. Saturday, they move in with the guy. Sunday, guess who's a condo owner? And it really pisses me the fuck off when you hear these people say, oh, I had to clean up my condo all week. And you go, wait, you own a condo? And they go, yeah. And you go, well, how do you own a condo? I know where you work. You make like $12.50 an hour. And they go, well, Michelle's dad owns the condo. Now, the delusional part is that they've convinced themselves that they got this car or this condo or this house or this boat. We're going to get into the boat story in a little bit, just because of their own hard work. This is something I like to call the art of delusion. Oh, and it's a fucking art, man, because these people are so fucking delusional. And here's what I think. I think that a lot of us have managed to shove our head up our own ass so fucking tight that it's cut off the circulation to our brain. Now, I was talking to a guy at work a while ago. Now, look, let me just preface this whole thing with this. Some people are going to hear this and they're going to go, is Rave talking about me? No, that's your own fucking narcissism, because I'm not going to mention anyone in this show today that I'm in contact with now. These are all people who I was friends with or I'm not friends with anymore because I just recently had to cut someone fucking loose. Lucky them. And I couldn't fucking hang out with them anymore. And I'll tell you the story. So I know this person. They'll remain genderless for now. And they were telling me how they were in this relationship for a really long time, but that they really don't love that person anymore. And I said, so you're going to have a talk with them and I guess move out? And they said, no. The opportunity to talk to this person, the opportunities never come up. And I thought about it, and I said, wait a minute. You live with this person. You've been in a relationship with this person for years. How has the opportunity to tell this person you're not in love with them, how has this never, there's never been an opportunity to talk about this? And they said, well, it's just never come up. And then I thought about it. Well, if this person told this other person that they don't love him anymore and they're done with the relationship, they have to move out. And they really like that house. Not only that, they really like the car. So they can stay fucking someone who they don't love anymore and enjoy the house and enjoy the car, or they can have a little bit of fucking integrity, man. A little bit of a spine and make the adult decision. But we've all pretty much stopped making adult decision. It's just game fucking on. And look, I always try to practice what I preach. I wouldn't, sit here and do the show and tell you guys all this shit if I was hanging out with someone fucking them because I like using their convertible Mercedes. Your boy Rave ain't no fucking hypocrite. It's the worst fucking thing in the world, man, to be a coward or a hypocrite. It's just the worst, isn't it, kids? It's the worst. And I was in a situation years and years ago where I had a really nice apartment, not in Massachusetts. Oh, it was sunny and it was tropical, kids. It was really nice. And a car I enjoyed. But when that relationship was up, I did the job. Oh, yeah, I did the fucking job, man. I did the job like a fucking champ, and I got the hell out of there, man. It involved U-Haul trucks and lease breaking and cashing in of one's 401k and savings, and I got the fuck out of there, man, with so much less resources than this person had. And they still won't do the job. And that's them, man. I didn't tell them what they should do. I just sat back and listened to them. Listen to their bullshit story about how there was never an opportunity to tell this person that they don't love him anymore. Meanwhile, they sit back, they enjoy this sweet apartment with a swimming pool and shit like that, and they enjoy getting chauffeured to and from work and not having to take the fucking train like I have to do, although I'm still thinking about buying a horse. And after this person left the Blackbird Studios, I thought about it. Why do I want to be around someone like that? They're using someone for shelter and transportation. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of the times it's women because, look, spoiler alert, kids, guys want to fuck women. And we will be just fucking blinded by that vagina. And it reminds me of something I saw in a movie, Rambo. I think it was the second Rambo movie, where Rambo's sharpening his knife. He's really fucking sharpening this knife. And the pretty Vietnamese girl comes over and she says, "Oh, Rambo, you really like sharp knife." And Rambo goes, "A sharp knife can clothe you, feed you, and keep you warm." Well, here's the thing, kids. Women have that same thing, but it ain't no sharp knife. It's a slippery, wet vagina. And let me say this. A slippery, wet vagina can clothe a woman, feed a woman, and keep a woman warm. Same thing, man. And it happens all the time. And honestly, the older we get, the more it happens, man, because a lot of people didn't get to where they thought they would be at this point. And they can't just be content, because it's always a game of keeping up with the Joneses, man. So you hear, "My friend Michelle just bought a house." And so that chick goes out and finds a schlubby, non-threatening white guy to buy him a house. We've talked about it ad nauseum, right? But I knew a guy, like I said, this is gender neutral, this thing. It's not just women. I knew a guy, talked to him at work years and years ago, and he was telling me about how he's got this boat. And for the 4th of July, he's going to go out on this boat. And I'm like, "Wow, you have a boat?" He's like, "Oh, it's like a 58-foot something or nothing, blah, 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 with an inboard motor and a sail, and it's, you can go below deck, and we've got a little bar down there, and we get drunk on the boat." And I'm like, "How did you get a boat?" And, he's giving me the bullshit, well, blah, 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 blah. Turns out he's dating some schlubby fat chick, and her dad owns a boat. So now he owns a boat. And he even told me, I don't really like this fucking chicken head bitch, you know what I mean? But, boy, using that boat. Now, here's the thing, kids. Can you imagine pretending to be in love with someone, or just dealing with someone or tolerating someone that you don't want to fucking deal with because they have some type of materialistic object that you think that you're fucking entitled to because you're delusional? You thought that at 33 years old you'd be at the top of the fucking mountain, but you didn't quite make it over the rainbow. And that's fine. A lot of us don't. But to then go out and find another human being who you can suck dry like a fucking tick on the back of a goddamn German Shepherd so that you can get your house, so that you can get your boat, so that you can get your Mercedes-Benz SE Series Turbo Coupe with the convertible and the 53-inch rims or whatever. And then you go on telling people, pretending like you worked hard for this. I'll tell you another story about a person I used to work with. They got a job, but they lived far away, so commuting to this job was kind of a pain in the ass. And what they did, in a matter of 30 days, is they found a person who lived close to the job, who had a car, that they could live at their place, so they wouldn't have to come from their house, which was way far away, and this person had a car. And before you knew it, they had moved in with this person, They were using this person's car. They were talking about the house like it was their house. They were talking about the car like it was their fucking car. And then I used to hang out with these two people, and it was like, this person isn't really in love with this other person. I'm trying not to get too specific because I don't want to drop names. You know, they might listen to this show or they might not. I don't even know where they're at now. And I would just watch them. And it was clearly like, you ever see Mad Max, the new one with the Tom Hardy guy? Remember the scene where Mad Max is strapped to the front of the car with a tube going from his vein into the other kid? They're literally using him as a blood bag. That's what these people are. And women do it 98% of the time. Men do it a little bit of the time. But these people who provide stuff to you, and then in exchange you suck their dick, laugh at their jokes, whatever. When I see these people together in the same room, what I see is a blood bag with a big long tube. Only it's not blood, it's money. Right? It's money funneling down a conveyor belt, giving this person everything they want. And that's how they're getting through life. A real fucking winner. But here's the thing, man, that's so crazy. It's like the line in that old song, right? Like, some people want to be fucking abused and some people need to abuse them, right? So neither party is innocent, because that schlubby, non-threatening white guy who gets tricked into buying a boat and a house and a car, they're just as fucking guilty. Because they know the jig is up. But let me say this. These are not people who got laid a lot in high school. I can tell you that. And these are not people who have options. And we're all deathly afraid of growing old alone. So really what's happening is, it's like last call. It's last call, man. And everyone's starting to pair up and take off. And a lot of it's completely unhealthy. And a lot of it's fake. And a lot of it's full of shit. Now, I can hear what the idiots are saying to themselves right now. Oh my God, Rave, you're so bitter and you're so angry. First of all, let me say this, you fucking loser. Anger can be a good thing. Anger will drive you to something better. Anger will drive you to the straight and narrow. It's supposed to. If you have a job and you hate your fucking job, that anger will propel you to a better job. Now, if you sit back and you be a coward, and you go, well, I'm not going to get angry at my boss who, took $20 out of my paycheck. Not getting angry, nothing great has ever happened from someone saying, I'm not going to be angry. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not mad or angry because people have something that I don't. I don't fucking care. I mean, look, I have shit that other people don't have. There are people who would probably like to have a really nice guitar. Well, I've got some decent guitars, right? Maybe my TV's bigger than someone else's TV, and their TV's bigger than someone else's TV, so the whole thing's a big giant pissing contest. But what really fucking grinds my axe is the other people who enable this. Because if you know someone, and they're hanging out with someone, but they're using them because they got this or they got that, when you go and you be part of their little fucking retarded reindeer games, and you don't mention it, and you don't bring it up, and you don't throw down a red flag, and you don't call a fucking audible, and you let them go on with their retarded, dysfunctional life, what you become an enabler. And short of being a coward or a hypocrite, an enabler is right up there. Think of it this way. You know someone with a drug problem, and we've all known people with drug problems. Hell, I've had some substance abuse problems of my own. But here's the thing. The person with the drug problem, yeah, that's bad. But the person who drives them to get the drugs and gives them money, that is 150,000% worse than the person with the drug or the alcohol problem. Because they have become a fucking enabler. And when we sit around, no matter what it is, when we sit around and we watch people do these dysfunctional, retarded things and we do nothing, that makes you an enabler. And I heard something once that was interesting. It said, the only thing that's required for bad men to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Think about that for a second, kids. So you don't think you're contributing to this fucking bullshit, but when you sit back and you do nothing, and you watch these couples go on about their day, and you know that she's treating the guy like shit, but she needs that apartment in downtown Boston in Millennium Towers because it's right by her job, and she doesn't want to commute from Foxborough anymore, so she found this poor, beaten down schlub of a guy to hook up with. When you just go along with it, you're telling them that it's okay, and that's how everything sucks. And the thing is, man, here at the Rave X podcast, I told you episode 1, I will always tell you the truth. And I will always give it to you good and hard, because that's the way you like it, man. I fucking smack your ass, pull your hair, just really give it to you like a screen door in a hurricane. And I know what you're saying. But Rave, how do I know when this is happening? Well, it's easy, right? I knew a girl working through a long time ago. Again, let's just call her Lisa, because I'm not trying to give out any names here. All the names have been changed to protect the innocent. She got fired from a job. And I said, wow, Lisa, what are you going to do? And she's like, oh, I'm done working. I'm going to fucking, hang out and live the rest of my days just chilling. And, I was so naive, because I'm thinking, how is she going to do this? How is she going to do this? Well, we lost touch, and when we got back in touch through Facebook a couple of months after this, she was living in a big, pretty house in Virginia Beach. And I said, how did you, last time I checked, you got evicted for not having money. And she's like, oh, there's this guy, and I said, well, what are you guys engaged? You guys married? What's going on? She, well, it's complicated. And then when I looked on her Facebook page, there were 0 pictures of this guy. There was actually 1 picture of him from the side. But you can always tell the people who aren't in love, but are just doing it for the house, the car, the money, because they will rarely to never have any pictures of them and that other person together. And you can go check this out, kids. This is fact. This is a shoot. They won't really mention that person. Christmas, maybe they'll have a picture of them and their new whatever they just got, but the other person's not in the picture. That's kind of like a Freudian thing, right? Because mentally, it's out of sight, out of mind. But monetarily and financially, they need this person. Now, not everyone's a coward who does it the wrong way. I know a lot of people, man, some good fucking people who dated for years. And then they moved in for years. Then they got married. And in an ocean full of fucking morons, you guys did it the right way. And when I see these people together, I go, damn, these fucking people love each other. I envy them. They're going to be together the rest of their life. This wasn't a meet on Friday, fuck on Saturday, move in on Sunday, Monday, I need a house and a car and a boat. So there are some people doing it the right way. So why am I talking about this? Why am I getting so angry? Well, again, I'm not angry. I'm a little frustrated. Because when I hear people bragging about, I've got this, and I've got that, and I've got this, and I've got that, and you step back and you go, well, yeah, you've got a great job that pays you 6 figures a year, but your fucking dad owns the company. Yeah, you've got a brand new Audi 4 Series car, but the guy who you hooked up with, he bought that car. You didn't buy that car. And like I always say, sunlight is the best disinfectant. So what I like to do with this dysfunctional bullshit is I like to throw as much light on it as possible. Now, maybe someone's listening to this and they're going, hey, that fucking girl I've been dating for 2 years, Amber? Hey, man, she fucking quit her job? She doesn't do anything? I'm paying for this big house? She takes my car out so her and her friends can go party? She's out on my debt. Hey, wait a minute. I thinks I was being bamboozled here. Oh, you are. And you are. So I talk about this stuff not to shit on people, because I don't fucking care. You know what? It ain't going to ruin my fucking day. But I would like, for all of us, whenever possible, as much as possible, to eliminate as much dysfunction from your life as physically possible. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be better for it. And you're going to be better for it. And that's all I got to say about that. Hey, kids, my name's Rave X. This was the Rave X 10-Minute Podcast. Yeah, man, serious edition. Yeah, the art of delusion. Hey, do me a favor and never, ever forget this. All that's required for bad people to succeed is for good people to do nothing. My name's Rave X, and I'm out of here.
That was the Rave X 10-Minute Podcast. Be sure to click like and subscribe. For new music and all things Rave X, go to youtube.com and search Rave X Music.